Are you tired of fish tank looking PC cases? Are you one of the thousands of people who purchased a Corsair 4000D? And if so, maybe you were happy with it, but also maybe you realized how limited it was in some of its areas. Well, if you fall into any of the categories I just described, then this case might be for you. This is the Asus TUF Gaming GT302 ARGB. Asus gave me a call and said, we decided we wanted to make a better Corsair 4000D. After looking at the case, working in it, doing a full PC build in it, I think Asus might have pulled it off. We're going to talk about it. Now, for full disclosure, Asus did send me the GT302 out for review. However, all thoughts and opinions are my own. Also, I am doing an all-white gaming PC build in my next video using the GT302. Today, we are solely focusing on the GT302 as a case. And really what we're looking at here is, okay, number one, is the GT302 a good case in general? And number two, did Asus accomplish their goal in making a better Corsair 4000D? I don't have a sponsor for today's video, but I will kindly ask that if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button because it really does help me out. And either way, if you like the video, please hit the like button. I don't usually do case reviews, so this is a little bit outside of my wheelhouse. So again, if you appreciate this type of content, I would really appreciate the support on the video. Okay, so the GT302 comes in two different colors. You can get it in black or white. Asus sent me out the white model. Now, in terms of the overall size, I will have the dimensions for both cases on the screen right now for you to see. But the short version is the GT302 is bigger than the Corsair 4000D. And honestly, depending on who you are, you may or may not care that the GT302 is bigger than the 4000D. But the question is, what are you getting for that extra size? Well, you're getting quite a lot, actually. First of all, you can now mount a 360 radiator to the top of the case. But it doesn't stop there because you can also mount a 280mm radiator. You can also mount three 120mm fans. And you can even mount three 140mm fans. And the top panel is a detachable top panel. You can completely remove it all together to make for a much easier building process. And I can't tell you how many times I took advantage of this because we've all been there, right? You build the PC, you think you got everything connected, and then you realize, oh, I forgot to plug in my CPU power, or oh, I forgot to plug in this CPU fan header or something like that. And then you're having to struggle to get the connection in there. Well, with the GT302, you just take the entire top right off. It takes two screws to take it out. It's not a problem. And now the entire top of the case is completely exposed. Again, I use this multiple times during the building process. And just so it's not clear, the Corsair 4000D does not allow for you to mount a 360 radiator up top, and you definitely cannot remove the top panel. So that is definitely a benefit here for the GT302. Next up, let's talk about the fans. The GT302 comes pre-installed with four 140mm ARGB fans. All fans have been pre-wired for you, and all the cables are white to match the case. All you have to do as the PC builder is to plug one connection into a fan header on your motherboard and the other connection into an ARGB header on your motherboard, and then you are done. These fans absolutely look gorgeous in terms of the RGB, and they perform incredibly well. These are high static pressure fans. They perform incredibly well. They are exceptionally quiet, and they will definitely keep your components cool. I will briefly show you some thermal testing on the screen right now. I don't want to give too much away for my upcoming PC build video, but the short version is, yeah, these fans absolutely move some air, and they will definitely keep your components cool. And just so you know, the Corsair 4000D only comes with two pre-installed fans. They are 120mm fans, not 140, and they do not support ARGB. Also, even if you buy the more expensive Corsair 5000D, you are still getting these two fans out of the box. Now, in terms of other cooling support for the back rear fan, if you really wanted to, you could actually replace that with a 140mm radiator. I don't really know why you would want to do that, but technically the case does support it. So in the front of the case, you do have those three pre-installed 140mm fans, but if you want to remove those fans and put in a radiator, the front of the case will support up to a 280mm radiator. Additionally, the front panel is a perforated design, so there are a lot of holes there that allow for great airflow, and both the front panel and the front dust filter both support a toolless design for removal, so it is very easy to take these parts off the case. And also, the top of the case is a perforated design, and the initial panel and dust filter attached to that panel both support a toolless design, so you can easily remove the top of the case. It is only the radiator support bracket that does require you to remove two screws to take the entire top off. And staying consistent with the overall design, the back panel is no different. It is also a perforated mesh design, and it supports toolless removal. It easily literally pulls right off. And now the other cool thing about the GT302 is that it's more up to date with 2024 standards. And what I mean by that is that it supports back connect motherboards. And what I mean by that is that if you have a BTF motherboard, a Project Zero motherboard, those motherboards are compatible with the GT302. In case you don't know, there are motherboards out there that have all the connections on the back of the motherboard that give you that no cable look in the front of the PC. However, if you buy one of those motherboards, you also have to buy a special PC case that is compatible with those motherboards, and that is where the GT302 comes in. It does have support for those back connections. I do not know if the Gigabyte Stealth motherboards will work with this case at this time, so you may have to do some extra research on that. I don't have any back connect motherboards to actually test this out with, but I can tell you the cutouts are back there and it is ready for those motherboards. Now, don't be alarmed. You don't have to buy one of these special motherboards to use the GT302. The GT302 will support pretty much any other normal motherboard, from ITX to mATX to ATX and even EATX motherboards. So it's got you covered no matter what kind of motherboard you want to use. This case can support it. It is worth noting that that cable cover you see inside the GT302 can and will need to be shifted over to the right in order to support EATX motherboards. And now let's talk about the front panel I/O ports. You have one headphone microphone combo jack, two USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, and one USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port. And of course, you also have a power button and a reset button right there in the middle of all those ports. Next up, we got to talk about the front panel connections. Two things here. Number one, all the connections are white, which match the case. That is always nice to see on an all-white case. And number two, the front panel connector is a single connector that resembles a USB header connection, and I absolutely love this because it makes connecting the front I/O so much easier. I'm a huge fan of those front panel connectors that are a single connection that resemble the USB header. I love those. They make PC building so much easier. They should be standard on every single PC case out there, and unfortunately they're not. But overall, good job Asus on that. Another cool feature about the GT302 is that the side panels are interchangeable. That means you could take the back mesh panel and put it on the front of the case, and take the front tempered glass and put it on the back of the case. Next up, we got to talk about graphics card support. So the Corsair 4000D can only support GPUs up to 360 millimeters in length, whereas the GT302 can support GPUs up to 407 millimeters in length. Also, the GT302 does support vertical mounting of a GPU. Inside the accessory box that comes with the GT302, you have an expansion slot conversion kit, so you will need this in order to mount your GPU in a vertical fashion. However, a vertical mount was not provided with the GT302. You will need to buy that separately. However, it is worth noting that in terms of maximum CPU cooler height, the GT302 only supports up to 165 millimeters, whereas the Corsair 4000D supports up to 170 millimeters. In terms of storage capacity, the GT302 fits up to 4 2.5-inch SSDs and 2 3.5-inch hard drives, whereas the Corsair 4000D fits up to 2 2.5-inch SSDs and 2 3.5-inch hard drives. So you are getting a little bit more room there for extra storage. And finally, we got to talk about cable management. Overall, the cable management in this PC is not too bad. You do have a dedicated cable grommet bar that has 3 different straps on there, so that will allow you to put in a lot of cables and strap them down. And over to the right side, you have 3 dedicated cable clips that are meant for your 8-pin CPU power cable. Okay, so here are my final thoughts, and this is where things I know can get a little bit weird because I can see the comment section now. I can already see the comments while I'm filming this video. Why are we comparing the GT302 to the Corsair 4000D? This is so stupid. The case is 4 years old. I hear you, but let me explain. So if you're a company looking to make a new product, what are you going to do? You're going to look at the existing product line on the market from your competitors, and then you're going to evaluate what is the #1 selling product in that category and how can we make that product better. And that is exactly what Asus did here. You see, the Corsair 4000D was the #1 best-selling case on Amazon for a very long time. It was so popular, in fact, that even Linus made a full video asking the question, why is everybody buying this case? Of course, he was talking about the Corsair 4000D. 4000D. It was a very, very popular case. And of course, you can't make products overnight. It takes some time. You have to start these things early. And so most likely around the time when Asus was designing the GT302, the Corsair 4000D was still the #1 best-selling case on the market. And then they looked at it and they said, how can we make it better? And then they went on and they made it better. We haven't talked about pricing yet, so let me break it down for you. The GT302 is launching at a US MSRP of $150. However, it is currently on sale for the holidays. Meanwhile, the Corsair 4000D retails for $105 full price, but yes, I know you can find it cheaper. Now, with all that being said, the question becomes, did Asus bring enough to the table to make it $150 for this case over the Corsair 4000D? And I think the answer to that question is yes, because all you have to do is simply look at the fans and then you can get the price difference there alone. Again, the Corsair 4000D is only giving you 2 fans that have no RGB support and they're only 120mm fans. Meanwhile, the GT302 comes with 4 fans that all have ARGB support and they're pre-installed, pre-cable managed, pre-configured, all the things, and they are high static pressure fans and they're all 140mm in size. And so from that standpoint alone, that is enough to justify the added cost. But then you have things like you can actually mount a 360 radiator to the top of the case. In fact, you can take the whole top of the case off to make for a seamless building experience. I think that was Corsair's biggest downfall with the Corsair 4000D, not being able to install a 360 radiator to the top of that case. And finally, the GT302 is more modern because it allows for back connect motherboard support. You're not going to get something like that on a 4-year-old product like the Corsair 4000D and Corsair 5000D. It would not be worth comparing to the Corsair 4000D if it was discontinued and no longer being offered, but it is still being offered. You can buy it on Amazon right now. You can buy it from Micro Center. You can buy it from Newegg. You can buy it from Corsair's website directly. That thing is still selling on a regular basis. And so this comparison is absolutely a viable and valid comparison all the way around. Now, with that being said, you might say, well, dude, you sound like a shill for Asus or something. Like, why so positive? Do you have anything negative to say at all? What I would say is this: the GT302 is a really good case, and I do honestly believe it offers great value to the consumer simply because you can go buy $150 cases right now and get 0 fans. You don't even get a single fan, not to mention any other feature comparisons that may be lacking, like back connect motherboard support, for example. So I do believe overall, from a value proposition, the GT302 is a great case. If you're looking for constructive feedback, what I could say simply is this: it is listed as a mid-tower. However, I do find it to be slightly on the larger side of that. And so that may be something you're not that happy with if you buy it, depending on how sensitive you are to the size of a case. And finally, I'll finish with this right here. While I absolutely love and appreciate the fans that are in the GT302, and I love how they are pre-wired and pre-cable managed and all that stuff, I would absolutely love to see Asus get into the next stage of the fan market where all the fans are daisy chained together with a physical connection, and there's only one cable coming off the end to make that connection work, maybe 2 tops, but each individual fan having 2 different connections, it's just a bit much. But again, I'm nitpicking at that point because you can go buy cases right now that don't even have a single fan in the case for $150. So the fact that you're getting these 4 fans, that's a pretty good deal. Anyway, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know what you think about the GT302 in the comment section below. Is it a case that may interest you? Why and why not? If you're new, get subscribed, hit that like button because it goes a long way in helping me out. And until next time, E-Rock out.